NYIT is a community service of the New York Institute of Technology.
Covering the news of Nassau and Suffolk County's Long Island News Tonight with Ken Eckhart, Carol Peck, and the award-winning LI News team. Good evening. I'm Ken Eckhart, and here's what's happening. A drug bust at JFK. Federal agents say a random check of a man arriving at Kennedy Airport from the Dominican Republic turned up an unusually thick false bottom in his suitcase. And they say further investigation revealed more than 7 pounds of cocaine in the false compartment, with a street value of over $160,000. Officials say 43-year-old Paul Calderon gave his hometown as Lindenhurst. Calderon was being held at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. A former upstate television executive has been sentenced to 25 years to life in prison for beheading his wife. Muzammil Hassan expressed deep regret when he was given the maximum sentence in court in Buffalo this morning. A jury spent just 1 hour deliberating before convicting him of second-degree murder last month in the 2009 death of his wife. Hassan claimed he'd been abused by his wife and was afraid of her, but prosecutors said he was acting out of his determination to control his wife after she filed for divorce. Together, the Hassans started the Muslim-oriented Bridges TV network to counter negative media images of Muslims. The driver of an ambulette involved in a fatal crash in Wyandanch on Monday has now also died. Suffolk County Police say 56-year-old Gerard Grunthal was driving the ambulette south on Straight Path a little after noon on Monday when he hit a truck that was heading north. A patient in the ambulette, 53-year-old Michelle Garrett of West Babylon, was taken to a nearby hospital where she was pronounced dead. Grunthal was hospitalized in serious condition, but was pronounced dead yesterday afternoon. The driver of the truck was hospitalized also in serious condition. A Baldwin woman has been charged with stealing over $130,000 from the charity where she worked. Nassau County Police say 45-year-old Merlene Campbell worked as an office manager for Sustainable Long Island in Bethpage. According to detectives, since last summer, Campbell stole over $130,000 from the charity, using company credit cards to make personal purchases and then using company funds to pay those bills. Campbell was arrested yesterday, charged with grand larceny and identity theft and fraud. Space Shuttle Discovery is back on Earth from its final voyage. The world's most flown spaceship landed at NASA's Florida spaceport a few minutes before noon today. Discovery will now be retired, and several months from now, it will head to the Smithsonian Institution. It's the first of NASA's 3 surviving shuttles to be decommissioned. It ended its flying career with 148 million miles and 365 days spent in space. 2 shuttle flights remain by Endeavour and then Atlantis. Discovery and its 6 astronauts spent more than a week at the International Space Station. It's that time again, tax season, and when it comes to filing your tax return, for many people, what you don't know can hurt you. Tara Evans reports.
Tax experts say there are a lot of things the average income tax filer doesn't know that could save money, or in some cases, even get you a refund.
But I find that when I'm interviewing a client, if I ask enough questions, there are things I know they never would have guessed or imagined to put on their return.
Things like tax credits, which Travis says can be more beneficial than a standard deduction. And she says there are different types of credits, including some designed to help students save money.
If it's for 4 years of college, the most beneficial one is to use that American Opportunity Credit, because it's a dollar-for-dollar credit, and actually $1,000 of it could be refundable.
Travis says other credits you might be entitled to include credits for continuing education, making your home more energy efficient, or nursing home costs. And, she says, even if you're not qualified to take the federal credit, you still may qualify on your state tax return.
New York State has a credit for the 4 years of college on Form IT-272, so you might as well make sure that you take that credit or deduction, up to $10,000 of tuition.
To make sure you get all of the deductions that you deserve, Travis says it's best to consult a tax professional. And she says, make sure to bring past returns with you because you may be eligible for an additional refund.
Whenever I get a new client, I always ask to see the last 3 years' tax returns, because you can amend the last 3 years' tax returns for any items that you missed or that you did incorrectly. And I've gotten refunds anywhere from $300 to $25,000.
And some advice. Don't wait till the last minute to file your return. And if you do file with an expert, help your tax professional help you. Be prepared and ask questions to make sure you don't miss any possible deductions or credits. For more information, visit the LI News Tonight blog at www.linewstonight.wordpress.com. In Greenvale, Tara Evans, LI News Tonight.
The Long Island congressman who has organized hearings into radical Islam is defending the inquiry, saying the focus on the Muslim community is appropriate. Republican Peter King told CBS The Early Show the hearings are necessary because of reported efforts by al-Qaeda to radicalize American Muslims. He says members of the Muslim community in the United States are being targeted by radicals, and said that if another community were in the same situation, his inquiry would zero in on that population group as well. Representative Keith Ellison of Minnesota, the only Muslim in Congress, says the hearings are setting a tone of blame even before they begin tomorrow. It was a down day on Wall Street today. The Dow finished the day down 1.25 points. NASDAQ fell 14 points. And the S&P fell 1.75 points. NYIT's LI News Tonight continues after this.
See a screening of the film The Red Shoes at New York Institute of Technology's G. Seversky Center in Old Westbury on Wednesday, March 16th at 5:30 p.m. For more information, call 516-686-7567. Celebrate St. Patrick's Day at the Ward Melville Heritage Organization in Stony Brook on Wednesday, March 16th at 5:30 p.m. For more information, call 631-689-5888. Spend a day at the beach planting seagrass to help stabilize the dunes at Tobay Beach in Massapequa on Saturday, March 19th at 10 a.m. For more information, call 516-677-5748 or learn how to use Google Earth to research your family history at Brentwood Public Library on Saturday, March 19th at 10 a.m. For more information, call 631-273-7883. If you have an event you'd like included on the LI News Tonight community calendar, send it to linewstonight@nyit.edu.
Melville, J.B. Buno, LI News Tonight.
In Bethpage, Stephen Katove, LI News Tonight.
At Belmont Park, Sophia Allen, LI News Tonight.
These are just a few of the people who have been reporting the news for LI News Tonight over the past year, and you could be one of them. Television news is an exciting and challenging career that could put you in the middle of what's happening and in touch with the people who are making the news. A career in television news journalism can offer you the opportunity to work as a reporter, camera person, or videotape editor, or any number of behind-the-scenes jobs, including producing or manning the assignment desk. And it's a career that can be yours by joining the LI News Tonight news team. Produced at studios on the campus of the New York Institute of Technology, LI News Tonight offers television news internships that can earn you college credits and the possibility of being on the air in just a few weeks. LI News Tonight has been the jumping-off point for many local and national news professionals, and you could be next. Call 516-686-7952 for more information on how to enroll for LI News Tonight, and let us put you on the air. Some world headlines today. An opposition spokesman says Muammar Gaddafi's forces struck an oil pipeline and oil storage facility in battles with rebels in central Libya. An Associated Press reporter near the front reports an explosion with a giant yellow fireball today from the area of the oil facility east of Tripoli. Columns of thick smoke rose from the area, apparently from burning oil. For the past week, government forces and rebels have been battling around several key oil ports. A magnitude 7.2 earthquake has hit northern Japan, shaking buildings in Tokyo and prompting the country's meteorological agency to issue a tsunami alert for the northeastern coast. There are no immediate reports of damage or injuries, but officials are still assessing the situation. The meteorological agency says the quake hit a little before noon this morning and was centered about 200 miles north of Tokyo at a depth of about 6 miles. It warned that a tsunami of about 20 inches would hit the coast around noon today, but that time passed without any reports of a wave reaching the shore. And Britain has decided to ban cigarette displays to help cut down on the number of tobacco addicts. Right now, they say it's almost impossible not to see the cigarettes piled into prominent displays behind store counters and supermarket checkouts, which they say helps keep addicts hooked and quitters tempted. The British Health Department announced today that starting next year, tobacco displays will be banned from large stores in England and from smaller stores in 3 years. They say a ban of point-of-sale displays will make it much more difficult for smokers to find their fix. Scandinavia and Canada have already banned tobacco displays. The President and First Lady have posted a video on Facebook to promote a bullying prevention conference they're hosting tomorrow at the White House. In a taped video message, the president says that bullying should no longer be treated as an unavoidable part of growing up. He says schools and communities must be a safe place where children can thrive.
It affects every single young person in our country.
And it's something that we care about, not only as President and First Lady, but also as parents. It's tough enough being a kid today, and our children deserve the chance to learn and grow without constantly being picked on, made fun of, or worse.
Tomorrow's conference will bring together parents, students, and educators to discuss ways to stop bullying. As the parents of 2 daughters, the Obamas have said this is a personal issue for them. Well, the number of Americans who owe more on their mortgages than their homes are worth rose at the end of last year, preventing many people from selling their homes in an already weak housing market. CoreLogic says more than 11 million households, or just over 23% of all mortgaged homes, were underwater in the October-December quarter. In a healthy housing market, about 5% of homeowners are underwater. Underwater mortgages typically rise when home prices fall. Home prices in December hit their lowest point since the housing bust in 11 of 20 major U.S. metro areas. Well, after some morning sun today, the clouds moved in. The high was in the low 40s. Tonight, expect showers to be starting late with a low tonight in the upper 30s. Tomorrow, then, heavy rain expected with a high in the upper 40s. For Friday, some lingering morning rain with a high in the low 50s. Saturday should be partly cloudy with a high in the low 50s. And the outlook for Sunday, partly cloudy with a high around 50 degrees. And that's it for NYIT's LI News Tonight. I'm Ken Eckhart. Thank you for watching. We'll see you again tomorrow. Have a good night.